Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. In the last episode, we got ourselves Record Phantom, but we didn't need it because we need to be able to cross this part. Now, technically, we could just go ahead and do this part now. However, no, Zelda, I'm not going to wait for you. Well, I guess I kind of have to. Turn the boulders off, and if you head back downstairs, there's that one treasure chest we couldn't get because we couldn't pick up the stuff. Honestly, you might want to just do this one. Well, no, because then you have to collect all the Tears of Light again. So I was going to say you might want to just go out of the tower and come back in. But getting the whole Tears of Light again, probably not in your best interest. So, what you actually... Well, yeah, so just do it now. Because the only problem, though, is that with normal Phantom, it is really, really hard to get past the boulder section. In fact, you probably should use a Record Phantom. I save time, and I just don't... These guys are totally in the way. And because I have normal Phantom now, I can't even fight them, which is just really stupid. Unless, well, I guess I could climb on top of Zelda and do that, but that's just kind of silly. Get out of my way! You douchebags! I hate you stupid things, your stupid statue things. It's just really stupid. Anyway, you need to grab this thing, give it to Zelda because she needs to be the one who carries it. And also, what I should be doing right now is I should turn it upwards, but I forgot to do that, so we're going to do it after we hit the switch. So you have her pick that up, you have her bring it over through this little section. There's a little indicator where she should stand. Oh, I switch them now. Good, good, I'm not completely stupid at least. Except I didn't even get it right. Okay, come on. Upwards. There we go. So Zelda's gonna walk over here, stand on this spot right here, and then you're gonna shoot an arrow over there, and you'll be able to get the treasure chest. So not too hard. The only problem is gonna be getting back through the boulders, which, as you can see, I'm just gonna bum rush it. I'm going to take a lot of damage doing so, but it's either that or going and getting a Record Phantom again and having to get this Phantom again, which I guess would actually technically not even be that much time. I didn't even think about switching Phantoms again, really. Which is just kind of silly. Also, make sure you don't trap Zelda. Also, in order to get Zelda to drop something, you have to hit her with something. So the boomerang, or the bow, or the whip. Use them on Zelda. It's the only way you can get her to drop stuff, which is a mechanic that's never really explained. They never really explain how to get Zelda to drop stuff. In fact, they should just have a way to drop it just manually, but unfortunately they don't. You actually have to hit her with it, which is something they don't explain. And which is something that actually took me a long time to figure out how to do, because you actually do need to do that for a section coming up here. As you can see, without Record Phantom, Zelda has no way of breaking these boulders besides just stopping them. This would be a long, drawn-out process. So really, I'm just going to abuse invincibility frames, take a lot of damage, and just go up here the normal way. Which, I mean, it does seem kind of silly, but really, you could go get a Record Phantom. That would be the other alternative. I'm a bit lazy. I mean, I don't mind taking like 4 or 5 hearts of damage, which I would take, wow, 5? No, damn it. Okay, maybe I take a little bit more than that. Great. You know, that's just peachy. Let's just take a little bit more. Come on, just get. This is just a disaster. Okay, there we go. Well, it took half my health, but you'll be getting a lot of hearts recently, and there's not too many things that should threaten you. So, as long as you're able to keep a few pots around to recover your health, it's not really that big a deal that you took damage there. So, it's one way to just brute force it. I just prefer to brute force that. I mean, at this point, you should have enough health where you could brute force. Unless if you're doing like a low health run, then it might be in your best interest to, you know, get a Record Phantom. But when you have this much health, why not just take some damage? So you need Zelda to pick you up, whip yourself across here, because there's kind of a bit of a complicated arrow puzzle here that we're going to need to take care of. What am I doing? Okay, switching it to the right. There we go. That's right. What we need to do is we need to bring this one over down to the lower. There's like a little section down to the lower left that we're going to need to do. So hop on this. Zelda's carrying me while I carry the arrow thing. That is actually possible. Have her bring you over here, because this is where we're going to deposit this switch onto the platform, onto those little symbols over there. Because as usual, those are the places to deposit the arrow things. It's just generally what you should do it. No, not there. Right there. There we go. That works. I prefer to do it on the right one, because it'll give you a slightly better angle. At this point, then, there's another thing over here you want to deal with, but Zelda can do this on her own. What you want to do is actually bring yourself back over to the whip thing, which is what I'm going to do right now, and bring Link back to across there, because that platform right there is where we're going to be orchestrating our puzzle-solving skills here. Because basically what's going to happen is there's a switch over to the right. We've already seen it a few times. Actually, we've passed by it. And that's going to open a door on the left. That's going to then lead to another arrow switch that will open the door to the next floor. Is the basics of how you'll see more of it once I bring Zelda over here, actually. So you can kind of see there's well, you can't really see, but there's actually a door blocking that little passage to the left, which will lead to a switch that'll open the door up here. That's the basics of how this works. So what we need to do is bring Zelda over here. Now she needs to hold up the arrow thing, or else it's not going to be high enough, which is why you need to bring Zelda over here. So she's going to hold this arrow thing. I'm going to use the boomerang actually, because I just realized I need to switch it to pointing to the left here. So let's quickly do that. And then we'll be able to, no wait, that's, god damn it, I screwed that up. Okay, that's pointing up, so you hit it 3 times now. Sometimes I forget that these things rotate. Alright, 1, 2, 3, there we go. So that's pointing to the left, and now this thing's pointing to the right, the other thing's pointing to the right, so we should be able to just quickly hit this one. Oh, and it is going to be timed, which is why you need to do it really quickly. So hit that one over there, and that's going to open this door, which you can see is past that barrier. And then we're going to shoot down here, and that's going to hit the one on the left, and that's going to give us the puzzle. Kind of a bit complicated, but once you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. The biggest problem, actually, is that now Zelda can't carry us because she's carrying this arrow switch, and she's just too dumb to learn how to drop things. Stupid Phantom. Why? Like, the AI is really that bad where you can't like tell them how to drop stuff? That's just silly. That doesn't make any sense. But what we need to do is actually bring over here, or use the whip to get her back across, and then hit her in order to make her drop that. Then she can carry us over the lava, and we'll be able to go to the next floor. A little bit complicated of a puzzle, but it's not too bad. So yeah, like I said, this is the where I went through the Wrecker Phantom section. Now we're just having some puzzle to normal Phantom. And actually, the reason why this video ends up being so long is this is going to be a lot of cutscenes and some crazy stuff going on. You're going to see it's going to be a rather interesting episode, as I'm sure you can probably guess from the title I'm planning on putting on this episode. So yes, so Zelda's gonna carry us across. We only have one more floor. I think there's like, well, we're on floor 20. Floor 22 is or it's like floor 22 or 23, which is where the boss is. But the boss, no, yes, floor 22 is like, okay, so floor 22 is like the I just said there's a boss, didn't I? God darn it, I spoiled things. Okay, so floor 22 has the next part on it. Then floor 23 is going to be where the end is. So that's basically what's going to be going on. Then again, you know there was going to be a boss because if you read the video description, because you guys should do that, because I put a lot of words into my video descriptions for you to learnify what you're going to be watchifying in here, because adding fine apparently onto verbs is a thing. I don't know where I'm going anymore with this. But the boss key is... Oh, you can see there's the boss key. It's not really even a boss key, it's just a big key. Because there have been times where it hasn't been used for a boss. But the big key's over here. As usual, what we're going to do is have Zelda carry it, and then the phantoms are going to... Not the phantoms, but the whatever those things are, the floor master-like things, are going to come try to take it from her. Which is going to make things a little bit interesting, because some of them we're not even going to be able to reach thanks to the fire. Which is where our handy-dandy bow is going to come in. You're going to see right now that there's going to be one that spawns here. He's not too bad. There's going to be one that spawns... Come on, hurry up. Over here, and that's not too bad either. But the other two are going to spawn up here. Now, we can't reach there with our swords, so we're going to actually have to use the bow as well in order to hit these guys. And it makes things a little bit trickier, but they do go down pretty quickly to the bow. In this game, the bow's pretty powerful, actually. I think it does do more damage than the sword does, so it's a rather powerful... Don't you flick me! What the hell, you douchebag? Sometimes hitting these guys with the sword just is really finicky. So just... I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to make sure Zelda gets over here now. Come on, Zelda. Follow me. Come on. It's really annoying having to control Zelda at the same time sometimes. But, I mean, it's definitely something you're... Like I said, this game is starting to get to the point where you can't really do things separate. Where is she running? Crazy Zelda. But... basically, yeah, for the fans, are so funny. It's getting to the point where we're going to have to kind of like multitask with Zelda and Link, and this is one of those cases where we need to get her to walk over here while we kill the guys over here, because if you wait too long, they will respawn pretty quickly, and you don't want to make sure you get caught by them. So you bring them over here. There's actually another one of those little warp things we saw last, Tower of Spirits. We didn't see any this time, but they're back here at this time. So what we need to do is quickly kill these things with a bow. Come on, there you go, die. Good job. And then you go run over here, kill the other one with the bow quickly. And then we can go from there, and... Come on. No, crap, oh crap. No. Come on, hit him. Seriously? I missed all of those shots? Seriously. Well, crap nuggets. That just sucked. Why do I have trouble with these sometimes? Alright, well, now we go into chipmunk mode, because there's no way in hell I'm just showing that off again. That just takes way too long. As you can see, the door's over there. Once you get past that... I was like, that's right at the end there. I was right at the end. It's just annoying. But, you see the dudes are back, so we're just gonna do this right this time and get flicked again. Just get out of the way, stupid thing. But yeah, that's the basic gist of the rest of this floor, and this is actually the final, well, actual, I guess, puzzle sort of floor of the Tower of Spirits. And we're wrapping up. We're getting pretty close to being done with it. It's still pretty long in comparison to the other ones. This one definitely, they definitely do get longer as time goes. So you need to quickly kill these things, get on the warp, get Zelda out of there safely, and all will be well. Luckily we have 50 arrows to spend, so just feel free to spam your shots as much as you need to kill these guys. Just make sure they die. There we go. Quickly restock on arrows while we can, and then hit on the warp just in time for Zelda to get there. And we'll switch over there, and from here it's gonna be, there's nothing that can threaten Zelda or me in general. So just bring Zelda down there, have her throw it into the lock, get those guys out of here, and you're going to be good to go. Just, Zelda's AI, sometimes very annoying. So yeah, I guess you can kill these guys in the meantime if they're still around, but they won't really last too long, because they're going to disappear once you unlock the door, obviously. And once you do that, the fire's going to go away, a bridge is actually going to appear over one of the sand things, which as you can see, that's why we can bring her over there. If I didn't really note the sand, but if you guys remember, phantoms cannot walk over sand, which is why I couldn't use the sand paths either. A bridge there appears, really, Zelda's going to be down there anyway, there's no way you can, I guess just in case you want to go back, I don't know. Or just a shortcut if you're walking back up to this floor for some reason. I don't know why you want to come back up here manually, but especially because in a sec we're actually going to get a warp down to the bottom of this section. So the warp's actually, well, it's not here. It will appear once we get through that door, though. As you can see, plenty of pots here, which is why I was pretty liberal with taking damage, because there's plenty of hearts up here for you to restock. You can also go back to the beginning if you really need stuff, I guess. I don't know. I forget if the Song of Healing works up here. I think it does. So if you need to use that, you could as well, but I don't really need to yet. So, I mean, at full health, why would I need to use the Song of Healing? Duh, Lucky, come on. But a warp does appear here. We're just going to quickly show off where it goes, because why not? Also, it's usually a good idea to save anyway, but as the warp probably lets you guess, and because, you know, the Tower of Spirits is just sort of, I love the epic music. I love the epic music so much. When I first played this, I was really confused about this cussing, because I didn't realize, oh wait, this is just the top of the Tower of Spirits. It's like, where did I warp to? But, yeah, we're just at the top of the Tower of Spirits. Zelda loses her phantomness, but luckily if you go back in here, you'll actually regain her ability to be a phantom. So, you won't have to go collect any Tears of Light or anything. That'd be really annoying and obnoxious. So we're just gonna open this door one more time. Come on, Zelda. We're gonna open some doors, and then crazy shenanigans shall occur. Alright, so let's go, Zelda. It is time for a cutscene! Excellent. So, as you can see, the door closes because doors do that, apparently. I don't know. Hello, Byrne. How's it going? So, wait, does that mean Angine just died? Did he kill Angine? No, but I like that old woman. She was cool. She was just pretty awesome. But as you guys can guess, you know, it's time to avenge Alfonso and take down Byrne. I love this boss battle. I love his music. He has such great music. And Zelda has such cheesy lines. We were gonna say that. And Link is so determined. I love it when they give you two choices and they're like the same thing. Yeah or mm-hmm. I'll just go with yeah. That's more simple, I guess. So, it's time to take down Byrne himself. And Gene couldn't do it. Can me and Zelda do it at the same time? I don't know. So what you need to do here is he's gonna start shooting Hadokens at you because he's freaking Ryu from Street Fighter. And just use Zelda as a shield. She's immune to it, but she's not immune to this thing. So make sure Zelda's moving, because he can also target Zelda. He can stun Zelda, which is bad because you need her at this point to grab the gauntlet, drag him down, and then you'll get a couple free hits on him. So that's the there's two phases. Phase number one is basically he reminds me of that one boss from Twilight Princess who hops on the pillars actually, except that this guy shoots Hadokens with his right hand, which is kind of weird. Also, he's going to shoot a big one, move Zelda when he shoots the big one. That will stun her, and it will be aimed at Zelda. And also move her again. Let's see, he's targeting Zelda now. He'll alternate between targeting Zelda and Link, so make sure you're both moving at the same time. Because I think he targets whichever one's stationary the longest. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But take a few hits. After a few hits, he's going to do in a second phase where he does close combat. Ignore Zelda for now. Just knock him over. Eventually he'll do this move. When he does that, have Zelda go over there. She'll hold him back, and then you can get a few hits on his back. epic teamwork going on here, actually. I do love this boss fight because it's all about teamwork with Zelda, and it actually, as opposed to fights with like the Zoras and stuff like that, for some reason the teamwork goes really smoothly when you're doing this one, which is good. It's good to have some fights go pretty smoothly. But yeah, knock him over like that, he'll push you back, he'll do this move, and then you just bring over here, and actually this is a pretty easy boss fight, because as you can see, it's already over. As long as you know what you're doing and you use Phantom Zelda properly, the audio just kind of glitched up a little bit there. He died multiple times. And Byrne is down. We've defeated him. I don't know why we're apparently better than Angine or Alfonso, but that's just how game logic works. Because the power of friendship. Well, then again, Zelda's a Phantom. I mean, Phantoms are pretty ridiculously strong, as we've seen, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because Phantom epicness. I love this scene right here, though, because, like, Zelda's like, we're a team, and Link's like, yeah! And then there's like this really cute cutscene here where they're like, we're freaking awesome! And the world's most clumsy high five. There's Zelda lullaby music, which is always good. But then, of course, this moment is going to obviously be ruined by the fact that they completely forgot about Byrne. Yep, you gotta wait. Well done. They're like, hey, we're so happy. Oh, shit! And then they chase after him. I kind of love that cutscene. It's cheesy and cute, and why is my audio going so berserker over here? I don't know why. Link is apparently attacking the nothingness. He cast Magic Missile on the darkness. Just saying. Anyway, even though it's a boss fight, you don't get any heart containers for that. It's not an official temple, so you get no official heart containers. You want a heart container? Too bad. So sad. You get nothing, you lose. Good day, Link. But the rest of this episode is pretty much going to be a lot of cutscene, because we're here at the top of the Tower of Spirits, and oh my god, it's Two Hat Douchebag! Haven't seen you in such a long time. And he's, of course, disappointed in Byrne, because stuff and things. Well, you lost to a kid and a princess. Like, that's just kind of pathetic, Byrne. Really, really pathetic. But as the cliche usually is, yeah, he of course buys you enough time for the resurrection to take complete, because that's just how it works. So Zelda's body is getting invaded by the forces of darkness. Malladus is taking her over. Yes, of course we're too late, because that's how the cliche works. The hero never wins until the end of the game. And I don't know about you, but I don't see part finale on the top of this video. So, not the end of the game yet. And those eyes are creepy. Even Zelda and Link are like, whoa, that's disturbing. No, not with my body. That's what she said. That's what she said. So, Two Hat Douchebags doing a little bit of stuff. Yes, that is the least intimidating Demon King. I'm sorry, but you look like Princess Zelda. You're not very intimidating, buddy. So Byrne, of course, wanting the power to overcome the spirits. And, of course, Malladus betrays him, because that's just also how the cliche works. The anti-hero gets betrayed, and so on and so forth. You are a douchebag, buddy. Two Hat Douchebag, Chancellor Cole laughing at Byrne, and he reveals that he was tricked all along. Okay, raise up hands, who saw this coming? Well, you don't see it, but I'm raising my hand right now. It's kind of a bit obvious. Well, of course I saw this coming, because I played the game before, but... like, that's always what seems to be, there's always, like, misguided anti-hero, gets betrayed by the bad guys. It just seems to happen. Luckily for us, Malladus hasn't been able to control the body of a young girl yet, because, I don't know, well, supposedly Zelda has a lot of sacred power, and blah, blah, blah. I guess, technically, if you played Skyward Sword, actually, this game actually, it makes a lot more of these Zelda games make a lot more sense when it comes to Zelda. So, but yeah, Zelda, I mean, I guess it makes sense why he can't control Zelda's body so easily. But I love this scene right here, because Two Hat Douchebag snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, massive train face. My goodness, I love this train. I want a train that has a face. And I'm not talking about, like, Thomas the Tank Engine. No, this isn't friggin' Thomas the Tank Engine. This is, like, Thomas the Tank Engine's, like, badass, like, older brother who's just gonna kick your ass before trying to save the world of whatever the hell Thomas the Tank Engine is from. Now that I've made that analogy, I can't think of the Demon Train now without thinking of Thomas the Tank Engine. Damn it! Why did I have to make that analogy? Now the Demon Train is forever ruined. That's just great. But the Demon Train runs away, and I completely talked over this entire cutscene. And Zelda's like, crap, and everyone lost. We lost the game, and now all of you have lost the game as well. Malladus has resurrected the body, and it seems like all hope is lost. But then apparently Angine is alive. So you're not, yeah, everyone's like, you're not dead, are you? They would really kill the Lucomo. They wouldn't do that. Well, they totally could, actually. That would have been interesting, but no, we need someone to guide us onward. Byrne is knocked out, and because we're the good guys, we're actually just going to take him with us onto our train. Because, this guy was an enemy, he just tried to kill us, but no, we're just going to let him on our train. That seems like a good idea. Well, as usual, as you guys can probably guess, there's going to be a bit of, what's the trope called? Whenever the anti-hero, like the whole anti-hero switching sides thing, because now he's been betrayed by Malladus, so he's gonna want revenge and blah 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 blah. It's kind of a cliche plot. Ignore the plot; it's cliche even for a Zelda game. But unfortunately, Malladus could be undefeatable, so we're going to need to find a weapon in order to beat him before he gains full power, just like how things usually go. However, there is going to be, of course, there's going to be a way to do this. Else, it would be game over, wouldn't it? If the game just ended like, oh, by the way, Malladus took over the world. Too bad, so sad, you can't do anything about it. That'd be kind of lame. So, there is going to be a weapon. Has she actually named it yet? I don't know if she has yet. But basically, there's one more temple, and that's going to be where we need to go to find this weapon. Why we just didn't go to this temple to begin with and just get that weapon, like, now? Probably would have been helpful, but that's just how the game goes. There's this whole thing about, oh, can Zelda be trapped like this forever? Well, of course not. Like that wouldn't be a very satisfying ending if Zelda was trapped like this forever. And another one of those choices where you can tell her the same thing in two different ways. Relax, or it'll be okay. I want something like, yeah, panic and worry. Squirm, Zelda, squirm. But the Bow of Light, that is what we're going to need to get. It's actually a very nice upgrade for the bow in general, actually. So, the Bow of Light, I guess, I don't know if it's supposed to be a play on light arrows. If it's supposed to be something like that, like this is like the bow equipped with light arrows that was brought by Tetra from Wind Waker and put here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be how it is, or it's just some different Bow of Light, because there seems to be a Bow of Light in like so many Zelda games. I don't know if it's supposed to be a reference to light arrows at all, but the Bow of Light in the Sand Temple is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the desert in order to get that. Because we already had gotten desert rabbits. I think it's pretty obvious that at some point we're going to be going to the desert. And Link is so happy. He is so happy. And Byrne, of course, wakes up and sees that everyone's happy. Sees that Zelda wants to keep Byrne around so he can beat him up, and he finds that adorable. I don't know. It is a bit of a cliche, I suppose. Now, here's the thing. Angine gives you a Force Gem. Technically, that means there's 21 Force Gems. I've always said there's 20 because I actually completely forgot that this one exists, because even the guides I looked at didn't even acknowledge this one's existence. I'm not going to count that. I'm just going to say there's 20, because this is like this is essentially like getting like the map for the desert. So, it's kind of like, it's kind of a bit different for a Force Gem, but the Force Gem will unlock the desert tracks. And that will be how we get to the desert, and then we're going to repeat the whole thing. There's going to be a desert sanctuary there. There's going to be, which will lead tracks to a desert temple, or a sand temple, technically it's called. So sand sanctuary and sand temple. I guess they're called the sand realm, and not it's technically the ocean realm and the fire realm. And then the desert's just part of both realms, actually. It's a bit weird how the desert fits into everything. But there's going to be a sanctuary, there's going to be a temple, just the usual process. As you can see, I'm speeding up through here because one last thing you can pick up. I could get this later, but I'm going to get this now because it'll save you some time later in the game. Up here happens to be, if you keep going, unfortunately we couldn't get this due to the cutscene, but there happens to be a stamp station up here. That's right, the Tower of Spirits actually does have a stamp station. So the other two stamp stations are going to be the Sand Sanctuary and the Sand Temple, and once we have those two, we'll actually have all of the stuff for the sand, all the stamp station stuff. So we're really getting close to wrapping that up. Just 2 more areas left to go, and we already know what the 2 areas are. But this is LuckySevenDX signing out. In the next episode, guys, we're heading to the Sand Realm, or the desert, or whatever that we're going to call it. And we're going to start the shenanigans over there. So I'll see you guys next time for more Spirit Tracks.